Hey there, welcome to the Abundance Show Hub. This is a platform where you get to hear from some of the very best network marketeers. Get to know them, understand their background, try to get their perspective on their journeys and what, according to them, contributed to their success in network or direct marketing. It will be my endeavor to get the best to put forth their honest, true to heart perspective about the industry, the developments, the future, and what gets them all excited about the work that they do. This channel is for those who are already into network marketing and for those who are considering getting into this profession. Let us do whatever it takes to grow in this wonderful profession by doing the right things with the right intent. And I'm excited at how we can build leaders who bring laurels and credit to this profession and transform many lives in the process. Cheers. So welcome everyone to the edition of the Rupee interview under the banner of the Abundance Show, Exploring the Fabric of Success. So, in this series where we interview people from the network marketing industry, from the direct selling industry, and we are very fortunate to have someone, a young and a dynamic leader from Malaysia. His name is Simon Loh. Simon Loh is actually also a very successful trainer, coach, speaker, besides being a network marketing expert. He has a large team that represents a global giant in the direct selling industry, and he has been successful in developing new emerging markets by working with more than 10,000 home-based business owners to build a business in Asia, Europe, and Middle East. Simon's objective in life is to empower deserving people the same way great mentors have empowered and bestowed upon him the knowledge and the expertise that he's gained. He loves to create an ecosystem of like-minded entrepreneurs and business people to strive for financial freedom and social growth. His leadership style works well in the presence of proactive, hardworking, dedicated, and committed individuals. Currently, this millennial is on a mission to expand his business in the Middle East markets. So without further ado, let's put our hands together and welcome Simon Loh, the man himself. Hi, Simon. How are you?
Hi, Satish. How are you? Thanks for having me on the show.
Great. Good to have you here.
Good to be here as well.
Fantastic. So let's begin with asking you this question straight away. Share with the audience what has been your family background, your education background, and all of that, so that the people can get a sense of where you come from, and so that they can make sense of the journey that you've gone through and where it has come, where it has brought you today.
Absolutely. But first, before that, I would just like to say that Satish, you're running an incredible series of shows here, because I watched a lot of your previous stuff, and it's just very inspiring for people to learn from what you're doing here. So first of all, you're doing a great job. And hi guys, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Family background. My father was an engineer. My mom worked for a company as a personal assistant for many years. So I would say I came from a very not very exciting. I didn't come from a very poor or very rich background. I came from I would say middle class, but I would say all my life there were not much of struggles. Everything was very smooth sailing. Myself and my sister had anything that we wanted. So we were very comfortable, and that's one of the things that I also see, that when people get too comfortable in their upbringing, there's no hardships, so they will look for paths, they'll look for routes that also resembles the same thing, less hardships. So that's why I see a lot of people that have very good upbringings or very good family backgrounds. They're unwilling to go through any paths that may stumble upon some obstacles or go against some failures and things like that. So I think my background, I was surrounded by people like that, myself included, but somehow I just took a different path and ended up here.
Very interesting. And something about your education, how was it, schooling, college, or whatever?
I did accounting and finance. So my entire family, just give you a background on my extended family, they're all professionals. Let me see. Engineer, masters in engineers, masters in architecture, accountants, bankers, and then there's me. So I'm the odd one out in the family. But I did my accounting and finance. Was supposed to join one of the big 4 audit firms in Malaysia. Yeah, I was offered a job, but honestly, I mean, for my friends listening, if you're in Malaysia or India, wherever you are, you know the salary of a auditor is nothing exciting, and you work your butt off 9 to 9, maybe 6 days a week. So that was not really the kind of lifestyle I wanted to go into. So I basically turned it down and started my own business.
Pretty interesting. Very, very interesting. Particularly because I know you're considering your age bracket and all of that. It's very interesting for me to hear that from you. Very nice.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what has been your work life experience before you got into network marketing? Did you have any prior experience to working in some companies or in some business?
Okay, absolutely none. None. So I started university at 2012, graduated 2015. So 2015, I was like, I got an offer from the audit firm that I mentioned, the big company that I mentioned. So I got an offer, but it is for next year's August. So I had about 8 months of idle time after I graduated. So I was thinking what to do, and I ended up helping my friend out in his cafe, and I was a barista for about 3 months just to learn how to make coffee and all that kind of stuff, because I really didn't know what to do. So prior to me starting my own network marketing business, I was fresh out of university. I didn't have any per se sales experience, working experience, corporate experience, none of that. I just went straight in, complete blank piece of paper, and I had to just learn the ropes in a very short period of time. Yeah.
Very nice. Great. Very exciting. So I think the big firms, that 8 months delay was a big loss for them. It's a big loss for them.
I mean, you don't know. I mean, everything changed the moment I came into this industry. So I always say that the industry and my mentors shaped me, rather than saying I'm such a great person and this and that, and it's a loss for the company that didn't hire me. So I wouldn't go into that angle for myself, because I really believe the environment shapes you. And it's because of me joining the network marketing industry, it shaped me. So if I would have joined the company, the audit firm, I probably would have lived a very accountant life and do the same thing everybody was doing. So I truly believe in the environment. It is an environment that actually shaped me. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nicely put. It's very true. Yeah, because we have realized actually, because I've worked in the corporate also for many years. And then when you are in the corporate, good thing is that you're in a cushy environment. A lot of things are taken care for you. And your paycheck comes on time. And then your promotions are assured if you're doing reasonably well. And the best part is there is opportunity for you to jump companies as well.
Absolutely.
But what is missing actually for you is that at a lot of times you have this feeling that your life is not in your control. You have this feeling that someone else is controlling your life. And especially, I think that I felt that very long. I think, but a lot of people in my generation were not looking at it that way. But I think more and more millennials like you would feel kind of claustrophobic and like tied in an environment where you need to be reporting in particular time, in a particular way, in a particular sense, your dress and all of that. That can get a little constricting for people. But both angles, whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you're in a job, both have their pluses and minuses.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great.
But I also believe in this, that I mean, a lot of the gurus out there, wherever you're getting those advertisements from, whether it is on YouTube or they're trying to sell you some courses on email, and people always tend to say everybody's built and born to become an entrepreneur, which is true only to a certain extent, because as you say, Satish, rightfully, there are certain people that have certain characteristics that probably they're going to be much more successful in the corporate world.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
I always tell people, if everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, who's going to work? So that's also something that we also have to understand. But for some of us that have some entrepreneurial blood, go for it and try it out. But I mean, obviously, there's also merits of being with a organization, and you, as you say, you have a comfy life and everything is taken care of. That's also a plus point to certain people as well. Yeah. So I wouldn't say that working 9 to 5, like what you did before, was entirely a bad thing. But it's just life choices. That's about it. No good, no bad.
Very true. Very true. So actually, just to add to that, for me, for pretty long in my career, in my life, I had this thought process that I am meant to be a job-oriented person. And the other confidence that I had was that when I'm looking at my job, I'm not looking at it like a job. I'm looking at it like my own business. And I
Yeah.
don't allow anyone else to dictate terms to me. I do it the way I want to and the best
Yeah.
interest of the company.
Yeah.
So for very long, I felt that I'm not an entrepreneurial material.
Mm.
And when I just by chance got into this journey, I struggled a lot initially, and it shattered a lot of my thought process about my self-image, that I'm good at certain things and many things. It shattered those images, and it brought me to a level where I realized today one thing is that if someone takes a decision that you want to be in an entrepreneurial journey, probably retaining your job or quitting it or whatever, but probably better thing is to do it together for some time. If you decide today, you have the best of resources, like people like you who are trainers, speakers, coaches. You have access to the best of talent across the world, irrespective of where they are located, and you can learn things from them. It's a journey, but then once you learn those skills, it's actually quite doable for many people. But I
Absolutely.
fully appreciate the point that you said. Very nicely put, Simon. Very nicely put.
Yeah, absolutely. So uh, I think that the key word here, what you're talking about, Satish, is resourcefulness. Where a lot of people,
Wow.
once they really have this, really, if once people are resourceful, I think there's not many things that you can't really do. Honestly, yeah. If you're resourceful enough, you have the drive, you have the ambition and the discipline to, how do you say, carry out the things that you have in your mind, rather than just putting in your mind. See, everybody have great ideas, but
Yeah.
to have the discipline to carry it out and being resourceful, I think anybody can succeed in this industry.
Well said. True. Very true. Thanks, Simon. That's a very good input. So, how did network marketing industry happen to you?
Very funny. So I was approached by many friends that were in various network marketing companies, and back then I was in my, we call it Form 5 here in Malaysia, so 17 years old. So it's basically the last year of my high school, and they were already kids, selling all kinds of network marketing products, whether is it a pendant, and some were selling some supplements, this and that. So I never really knew what network marketing is all about. I just knew that they were selling some products. That's all it is. Didn't know what the compensation plan was. Didn't know the model existed. So, but approach to become an agent here and there, but I didn't really take too much interest on those stuff and those friends. So what happened was, I didn't even drop in. I was not even looking for a network marketing opportunity. But how it really came to me was because I was using a network marketing product, which is a phenomenal product, and since 2014. And what happened was, I found that the product really works on me. So I really feel that there are a big chunk of people that is involved in network marketing, and they're involved in network marketing because of the product that they started using, be it whatever product it may be. And I belong to that segment. So I was just a user of the product. I loved it, worked on my family, worked on the people I shared with. So I decided to take a look at the business. Initially, I didn't understand the concept. Oh, is this one of those pyramid things? People will start to come up with all sorts of skepticism, because I'm a very skeptical guy. Everything to me is a scam. Everything to me is a pyramid. Everything to me is dubious, right? So you study accountancy, and you always, they say you have to practice professional skepticism on everything. So everything, you're quite skeptical, including network marketing. So, but long story short, I looked at the business model, and all I had in my mind is, can I make money out of this? Answer is yes. I just went ahead. I didn't think too much about it. I didn't have to spend hours and hours of time studying the industry. I just went into it. And I just started talking to my close friends, my mom's friends, my dad's friends, and I see where it go. I had no plans when I started. The planning came way after that, because I didn't take it seriously initially. To me, it was just, I had a good product I wanted to share, and somehow or another I made some money. And that's how I started. And when the money got a little bit serious, when you go, hey, I've never made so much money in my life before at that age. I remember when I got my first paycheck, it was about in the month of 2014, October. I made $5,000 US dollars. Wow. And I was like, wow, I've never made this amount of money in my life, So it could be something serious. And I spoke to my dad about it, and my dad has always been having a very entrepreneurial mindset. So that probably really kind of spurred me, because I believe as a young guy just starting out in life, just finish university, you know, spend the money to study accountancy or whatever you may study, the listeners. It's like kind of a duty to go back to that field to work, right? So because people in my family will be thinking, hey, I mean, you spend this amount of money and time studying, why don't you work in this industry? Why are you wasting the knowledge? But my dad was a little bit different. My dad said, the real way to make true financial freedom or to build any true wealth or to have a huge income is to do your own business. So he told me, son, if this is something that you really want to do, go for it. Yeah, go for it. So I just went ahead, and yeah, that's how I started. That's how I got into the industry.
Very interesting, very interesting. And the fact that you had support from your family members,
I
from your
did,
dad
yeah,
especially,
I did.
very nice.
And the thing is, I didn't have any. When I started, I didn't have money to buy the product. I didn't have the money to buy the product. So my dad was the one that bought the product, and he was really surprised how I managed to get back more than the cost of the product in the first month. So I was like, hey, this is something serious. It works.
Yeah.
They say, okay, yeah, continue doing it and go and try and learn from it and all of that. So I just went ahead. Yeah, just went ahead.
Very nice. So, going by your experience of taking the plunge at a very, very early stage in your career into business and particularly into network marketing, from your perspective, what does it feel like? Would you tell youngsters what is the advice you can give them in terms of the pros and cons of taking the plunge into business, or probably waiting for some time, trying out some job and then doing it, or doing it parallelly? What's your personal take on this?
Okay, looking back, like obviously we have to be now. Obviously, this show is to give value to the listeners, whether they could be millennials, you know, probably finishing their last year in university or just started work, and they were approached with a network marketing opportunity. So what would they do? Now, looking back, when I started my network marketing journey, I had about 6 more months to see whether this thing works. Because why do I say 6 more months? Because it's 6 more months until my interview, until my job with the audit firm starts. Interview was done, and I had the job offer. So I had about 6 to 8 months to try out this network marketing thing. And to me, it was no risk. To me, it was if I manage to make it, I may go on about it. If I fail, now this is a mindset that I was not too proud of, because I had only one foot in the game. My other foot was outside the game. I had one foot in the water, because in my mind, I always had this feeling that, okay, I'll try the first 3 months, and if I fail, I'll just take up the job that was offered to me. No problem, no risk. And 1 month in, it haunts you, you know, when you have this kind of mentality, when you do anything, it haunts you, because at every single junction of an obstacle, you question, why don't you just give up earlier? Don't wait for 3 months, just give up. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe you don't have enough experience. Maybe you don't have the right context because you're so young and people around you have no money. And maybe you're not hitting the right target market. Maybe people want to deal with somebody more mature. All kinds of doubts started coming out. And what happened was, I told myself, if I really want to make this work, I better put my whole heart and soul into it. So what I did was, I believe it was May. So my job offer was going to commence in August of 2016. Correct, August 2016. And what I told myself in May was, I need to go all out on this. So what I did was I tore the job offer in half. I burned my bridge. I basically burned my bridge. And the minute I did that, and I still remember when I did that, and I told one of my very good friends that studied with me in university, I got offered to go into the tier 1 audit firms. He was offered to go to the tier 2. He yelled at me and he said, you must be so stupid to say no to such a great opportunity. I would have begged to join the company that offered you. But I said, I really wanted to do this. All right. And I told the job offer. And in that instant, the mentality, the mindset just shifted. All it takes is half a second. And you just work. I mean, the next morning, I started working differently. I started talking to people differently. I started presenting myself differently. People start to take me more seriously. Everything changed. Everything started to change and started to work out better for me. The moment I decide to become a professional, the moment I decide to have more ownership in my business, the moment I decide that there is more at stake in this business for me, and don't do it half-heartedly. So everything changed, and I got tremendous results in my network marketing business the moment I went all out on it and never had a backup plan. So my suggestion to people is, unless you have that vigor, unless you have that kind of confidence in yourself to go out there and do it, you got to work on your mindset first. If you think your mindset is not ready, my suggestion is you probably want to do it part-time and get a great mentor in your business. Get a great mentor and ask them a simple question. What do I need to do on a weekly basis, on a daily basis? And every day I have 2 hours. On the weekends, I'm free. And what do I have to do in these 2 hours every day and the whole day of Saturday and Sunday? What do I have to do to create a network marketing a business that is successful? And whatever your mentor tells you, follow it for 3 months and just do it. Don't question it. Don't try to question it with some of us, because I'm sure, Satish, a lot of people that we deal with are professionals. We always try to question things and we try to break it down and maybe there's a better way. Now, if you are or you plan to get involved in a network marketing company, whoever that is more successful than you, ask them for a plan, follow the plan for 3 months. You have nothing to lose, and see whether the plan works. Honestly, that's my suggestion for the young people that are starting out. Follow the more senior people in your business. Whatever they have planned and it worked for other people, just do that for 3 months. And in the first month, the first 30 days, if you really follow those plans, those footprints of the successful people, you will see results. And those results, and when I say results, means what? Dollars and cents into your bank account, commissions, right? You're going to make income. The income is going to solidify the mindset. It is going to do something in your mind that nothing else can do. No training, no mentorship can do that for you. Because once you see that you're actually making income from the business, that's where your faith in yourself, in the business goes up. And that's where you can slowly take it forward to the next step and become possibly a full-time network marketer. So my suggestion is take it part-time, but go serious on it. Don't give yourself any excuses, but give yourself a timeline and follow the steps, and follow all the strategies that's given to you. And once that validates the industry and the income, you go for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you go for
Very
it.
well said. Very well covered. So basically, I think, but what you're saying is, I think when you said in terms of having some backup plan and then doing it, but that's the way normally we all think that way. I think it's perfectly fine also that way. I think you're being too harsh on yourself. But at the same time, what happens most of the time, which is more alarming and disturbing, is that people wholeheartedly take the plunge, but they are not ready to give it the time that it needs. They tend to be very, very impatient with themselves, and they tend to compare themselves with other leaders, and they tend to feel that that I am lacking or I am not good enough and all of that. So their self-belief takes a beating, and if they are patient with what they're if they're patient with their with the initiative that they're taken, and if they're patient with themselves, I think life would take a different turn for them, for the better and for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think people just need to have some clarity on what this industry is all about, or people just need to have clarity on what life and business is all about. Because if you look at the wealthiest people in the world, they don't do short-term things. Warren Buffett, he invests in a stock for the last 10, 20 years and he never sold his stock. People like Jeff Bezos built Amazon from a garage, from a small company to a huge, and it took a long time. And each network marketing, what do you call them, $1 million earners or six-figure earners, took them a long time. And if you really listen to some of the biggest earners in network marketing, including my company, they start off really rough, and it took them a long time to even have any footing. And there are some people that had a great start, but they didn't end well. They faded away. So why? So we just have to question these kind of things and see what are the things that made these people successful. Are we willing to do it?
Yeah.
Because if we don't have the clarity, we won't be willing to do anything. But if we know that this will happen, if I do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, then you will do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The problem is a lot of people don't know what's going to happen. That's why they have no clue, and they probably try it out for 1 or 2 months. They don't get any success, and they just quit. Which is a shame. So much talent out there that can do great business, but they just quit because they don't have the clarity. Yeah, they don't have the clarity.
Nice. Very true. Very true. So, Simon, tell me, how has the industry been for you so far? How has it treated you so far?
Now, let me just say something. When I started network marketing, right? Probably to the Malaysian viewers or even the Indian viewers, when you tell people you're in direct selling, when you tell people you're in direct selling, what is people's initial response? Huh? You're selling, MLM, is it? MLM, is it one of those things? Selling products, getting commission. So people tend to have a very, I would say majority of people, either they are unbiased or they have a slightly negative view on our industry. But I saw, throughout the years I've been involved, the industry is getting more and more professional. There are more and more people from different professions that is joining this industry, including doctors, engineers, accountants, lawyers, whatever you name it, they are coming into this industry. So I would say, what did the industry do for me? A lot of stuff. That, like Satish, remember when I started, I said, it's not really me, is that I think I was fortunate or maybe smart enough to make certain good decisions, to be in certain environments, to be with certain people. But those things, the environment and the people, are what shaped me. So what did this industry do for me? It has totally transformed my level of confidence to speak in front of. Last time I couldn't even speak in front of 10 people, 20 people. I was shaking. When I remember when I first started my first network marketing presentation for about, I believe it was 11 people, I was shaking. I was like, oh my God, are they going to judge me? How do I look? How's my voice? How's my hair and all that? And through the years of being in this industry, the confidence level was totally, I would say, flipped belly upside down and totally went up through the roof. I developed tremendous skills that I believe these kind of skills, you don't really get to practice these skills in probably the corporate world because you're restricted by certain things and the rules of the company and what you're assigned to do. So I developed a lot of skills, people skills, building rapport, doing large-scale presentations. I trained my team, a couple hundred of them at one time, online and offline. So it has really turned me into a totally different person. And my mindset, the way I think, when I hit an obstacle, when I hit failure, when I get rejections, how do I respond from it? Everything I owe it to the industry. So I am who I am today because of this industry. And I really urge people who are thinking about it. A lot of people are thinking whether I can make money from this business, whether I can make extra $500, $1,000, $2,000 a month. Maybe it's something more than that. Maybe it's something that you can come into it and learn from people and develop yourself and develop all these skills that is worth, I don't know, I couldn't even put a dollar price on it. What would it be worth to you if you can be more confident and you can live your life confidently? What would it mean to you if you can stand in front of 500 people and deliver a speech without shaking or trembling? What would it do for you if you can spend more time with your family and earning income at the same time? So there are a lot of priceless things that revolves around our industry that people need to look beyond just the income or the monetary terms. So I would say, yeah, really, really blessed, Satish. Really blessed.
Very well said. Very well said. I think I would just add to that I think direct selling industry and the network marketing industry, as it's called, two names to it, is actually like a personal development program, which is just disguised as a business, And the best part is that I felt this because in between I was also into coaching and into training and all of that. So when you have something, you got a vehicle here, in this business, you got a vehicle, you got a business model, which is there, which is workable, has worked for so many people. And on top of that, if you can do the coaching for people in terms of, because everyone is a coach today, every leader is a coach today. So if you can do the coaching, then you have a vehicle to fall back upon. So your team members or your coaches, you can tell them that this is the vehicle that I found, which has worked for me. This is the business model has worked for me. So explore and turn, whatever you learned, try implementing on this business, because you have already evolved as a person. Your personality has grown, your expertise has grown, your skill levels have grown, and it's time for you to test waters with this business. So it's the best thing to do. It's not just theory now. It's
Yeah.
about practically applying whatever you learned and growing with that,
Yeah, a lot of people, they're just too, I would say they're just too afraid to fail. Honestly, they're
Yeah,
just too afraid to fail. They've learned all
true.
their life. A lot of people are very smart. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are very smart. They know what they're doing, educated, they work, they know the ropes of the industry or whatever industry they're in.
Yeah,
But when you start to put ownership of their income or livelihood or their, what do you call that, their business on themselves now, then they start the doubts start to come.
yeah,
The self doubt start to come. The
true.
the fear starts to come. So I think at the end of the day, a lot of people are very capable. Is where the people that are really coming to in this industry and making good income and building a sustainable business are people that are not afraid to fail. I really believe it's a level playing field. Everybody has pretty similar information. It's just about the mindset and the vigor. Yeah.
True. Very nicely said. So, next question to you is this: that what is the profile of the team members that you have? I think it's spread across geographies.
Mm,
And by any chance, I'm sure that there are a lot of millennials in your team who are like energetic, go-getters,
mm.
ambitious like you, driven like you. So, what is the kind of profile that you have in your team now?
Okay, so I majority of my team is spread across Malaysia, India. I have some of my Indian friends watching as well on either of our Facebook lives because they also know you, Satish. Um, and the Middle East and some parts of Russia. So it's spread across because of the wonderful platform that we are blessed to be in. It just spreads like tentacles across the globe. Now, in terms of demographics of the people in my team, honestly speaking, I I would say millennials probably take up only about 5 to 10% of my team. Yeah, like 5 to 10
Nice.
percent of my team, and
Hmm.
90-95% of my team are people that are in their 40s or 50s, even 60s. Yeah, so I've been working with a demographic that is much more senior to me. Maybe they found me refreshing to have as an outline to work with, and maybe
Nice.
I find it refreshing to work with them. That I can learn a lot from as well. But at the same time, I do have some really energetic, really talented, really bright millennials in my team, and yeah, and we're working alongside together. Um, but again, in this industry, it's about, I believe, you need to build your business according to how your company appeals to those certain target groups. So if your company by itself, the company profile appeals to the middle age to older target group, you're probably going to end up working with more of those people. People, let's say they're more concerned with their health, or maybe a certain company they have a different profiling and it appeals even to the younger people. You tend to have more people on that side. But then again, it also comes into you as a leader. It depends how you package yourself to attract different people. Yeah, but in my case, I end up working with more people that are more senior to me. Yeah, millennials,
Very
lesser.
nice. Very good. Very good. Very interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would have thought the other way around. Great, great, good show. So, suppose hypothetically speaking, you are on stage and you are addressing a gathering of only millennials,
Mm,
youngsters who
mm,
are there filled in the room, and if you were to make a pitch, a sales pitch to them, because forget about all the pros and cons and all of that, it's fine. But then here is a task for you, because you know that you can impact so many people's lives at one go. So it's a sales pitch that you're doing in terms of telling them that network marketing is the thing for you. So what
mm.
will you say?
I would say this: if you are somebody in a similar age group as me, and you are looking for opportunities, you're looking for platforms or vehicles to make you rich or make you income, don't go the shortcuts, because now millennials, they're looking for all kinds of shortcuts, Satish, like all kinds of crypto currency, this kind of investment schemes, get rich quick schemes. Now those things used to work 30 years ago, and it still works today, and people are still falling for it because of greed. Now I would say to the millennials, if you are serious to build something in the next 2 or 3 or 4 5 years, and that vehicle is able to give you a consistent income every month that can pay off your bills and give you a very comfortable lifestyle, And if that's what you really want, and in the meantime, you're going to develop yourself as a person that would have great interpersonal skills. You're going to learn about sales. You're going to learn about speaking to people. You're going to learn about how you can present yourself to people who are more senior to you or more successful than you in life. And how do you position yourself in these ways and learn all the soft skills you need to learn to be very successful in the business world, and at the same time make money. And at the same time, you don't have to come up with a lot of capital to start the business. You only have network marketing. You really don't have anything else, you know? So, I mean, I love to be very practical. I believe I'm a very practical guy. So whenever I talk to somebody, especially somebody that is my age group and things like that, I believe to be practical. Just look at what's happening out there. Get rich quick schemes, those things don't work. You may make a lot of money this month, next month, and then after that, it's boom, they go bust. You start a new one. And your reputation from day one, you're like a grocery store, 7-Eleven, you do whatever and whatever. Or are you serious in building something solid and building something sustainable, and it would feed you and your family for the next 10 to 20 years? If you're more of that kind of person, then you really need to look into network marketing. So that's what I really would tell the millennials. And honestly, like Satish, when I started my network marketing business, no, before that, let's rewind that a little bit more. When I started looking for a job, when I applied to the audit firm, my question to myself has always been this. I always ask myself, when can I make 10,000 ringgit a month? Now, to make that into US dollars, it's $2,500. That has always been my initial goal before I started working. When can I make 10,000 ringgit? I want a platform that can make me 10,000 ringgit or $2,500 a month. And I looked at my company, the company that was offered a job as an auditor, and I see the fastest executive that got to 10,000 ringgit, which is a manager level in that industry, and it took him about 9 years. So when you graduate at 21, let's say you did accounting and finance, you graduate at 21, and let's say you take half a year off to wait for your job, and you take about approximately another 9 years, you'll be about 30 years old or 31 years old before you start making anywhere near 10,000 ringgit or $2,500. And the living cost in Malaysia is going up every single year. By the time I hit 30, 10,000 ringgit may not even be enough. So to me, it just didn't really make a lot of sense, according to the lifestyle that I wanted for myself, obviously. Now, I mean, obviously you can have, you have people out there still living on $500 or $600 a month. I'm not saying that it's not possible, but I'm saying the lifestyle that I wanted for myself and the career path that I had in front of me, it couldn't really jive. So I had to find something else. And that's where I came into network marketing. So I would say for the millennials, whoever listening right now, think about it. What is the income you wanted to get? And would it even make sense, or would it take a little bit too long? Or maybe you have to find something else to do. And network marketing is the way for you to achieve any sort of income you want. Yeah.
True, very true. Very nice. If you were to shift gears and ask you this question, that what are the mistakes that you see people doing in network marketing?
Okay, let's say you have two groups of people, newbies and somewhat professionals, people who have done network marketing before, right? So for newbies, I would say they take network marketing for granted, because a lot of people, when they come into this industry, they have been preconditioned in their 9 to 5 that they have been given tasks to do. They've been given jobs, they've been given projects to work on. So every day you know exactly what you need to do to hit a certain amount of target in your workplace. Now the thing about network marketing is this: nobody's gonna come into your office or your home and say you have to do this. If not, you're not gonna have your job, or I'm gonna take the business away from you. Nobody's gonna say that to you. So in a way, it is freedom, but in another way, it's also, a lot of people lack the ownership and accountability. So one of the mistakes a lot of people do is they take it a little bit too easy. They do it as of when they have time. They don't really have a schedule. They don't learn enough. They don't read enough. They don't attend enough of the trainings. And they just think they can hit on one or two good people and they'll ride the wave of these people growing, and they make a lot of money out of it, which you and I know, Satish, is not the case. There's in network marketing, the lucky people don't get very far if you don't follow a certain set of principles or work ethic. So I think the biggest mistake for newbies is they don't follow the systems. They don't have a schedule. Some of them, they put in a lot of effort into their business, but for the first month and the first 2 months, and after that, they go back to doing nothing, because there's nobody, kicking your butt and saying you have to do this and that. So I think for the new people, the biggest mistake is not following systems and not having systems and not attaching themselves into a system before they are competent enough to develop their own. So that's the biggest mistake. Now, coming to the people who have been involved in network marketing before, one of the key mistakes that I would say is when you go from a company A to company B, you work and you perform the way you did in company A, but the compensation plan, the products in company B is totally different. So how can you work the same way? I was speaking to one very senior general manager of a direct selling company in Malaysia. He was the general manager and he's also a trainer. He told me this, and I learned this from him. He said the way a leader operates his network marketing business depends greatly on the compensation plan. So I would say for the people who have been involved in network marketing, you need to know the characteristics and the behavior of your compensation plans, and you have to operate to maximize that particular plan and not operate the same way you did before. Just because you were successful before, it doesn't mean you're going to be successful here. So we need to just understand that each company is different. The way you do presentations, the way you deal with people is probably the same, but the way you build and the systems you have might be a little bit different. So I think for the people who have done network marketing before, they need to be a little bit more flexible and be a little bit more open-minded when they join another opportunity.
Nice. Very nicely put for both the categories of people. Very nice. So if you were to ask you, what is the realistic expectation that one can have from joining a network marketing opportunity? What will be the expectation that you can give them?
Like in terms of income or growth, or what specifically?
In terms of growth, in terms of income, what should they expect in their journey? Maybe first the initial phase and then after they're comfortable.
I would say expect to go 6 months without any income. Expect it. It's not going to happen. It may not happen, but expect it. And when it comes, don't be surprised, But again, it's a double-edged sword. A lot of people said, okay, Simon said expect first 6 months no income, but the first 6 months you did nothing and had no income. Now that's a totally different story. It's about doing a lot of things, but not having a lot of income initially is quite normal because there's always a gestation period of your business taking off and the income coming to you. So I would say expect a lot of rejections, expect not making income for some months or not consistent income for the first couple of months. Expect a lot of people around you that are quite shocked that you join a network marketing company because that's not what you're supposed to do, right? Everybody have all kinds of people have a very categorical mindset. You're supposed to do this and you're supposed to do this and nothing else. So expect those things from your social circle. In terms of the business, a lot of learning, a lot of hard knocks, a lot of difference in the way you have to operate compared to how you've been operating before, a lot of changes. And income-wise, you may hit it off in the first 3 months and make a great amount of money in your network marketing business. But you may also take some time. Whatever it is, the end goal, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, it will be the same, depending on your work that you put in the first 5 years. Your first 3 to 6 months, the income from those months doesn't really matter. But obviously, you need to make the income because, as I said before, making income is the best way for you to solidify your faith in your company and the industry. But even if you don't hit the desired income you get in the first couple months, don't be dismayed. Keep doing what you have learned and those systems that you have in the company, and just keep doing it and give yourself 3 to 6 months to get something off the ground. If you do your network marketing business and you're only giving yourself 2 weeks or 1 month, or you say, okay, the first 10 people I talk to, if all of them say, no, I'm going to exit, trust me, this kind of mindset, you will exit anyhow, So that's not how it works. But give yourself 3 months, 6 months, tell yourself it's a 6 months project. I'm going to go all out on it. And if I bear fruits, I'm just going to go extend it and go all the way. I think a lot of it can be quite a lonely journey when you start off, but after that, once you get a tremendous amount of people in your group, people that you're able to bless with this kind of opportunity in our industry, and you see how this business changed their life, changed their lifestyle, the way they live their life. They can pick up their kids, once they're settled in the business, they can pick up their kids. They can pick up their kids from school. They can send them to school. They can go play golf. They can go to the gym whatever time they want, and you see their lifestyle changing. It's very, very fulfilling. And I think that is what keeps every network marketing leader going forward, is when they see their team members living the life that they deserve. Yeah, so this is all that you can really expect when you get into this business.
Nice, very nice. And I think what you said is also applicable for any industry, any business, even in a job actually. Like, when you take up a job, and especially for me, I've done a lot of job hopping. I've seen many companies. I work for multinationals, I work for startups and all that. So, when you take up any new role, even if it's the same industry, maybe it's the same function as well, but still it takes for you time to understand the culture, fit in, and start delivering results.
Yeah.
And why should it be any way different in the case of network marketing? It needs time for sure.
Yeah.
So nicely put. Yeah, thanks, Simon. That's very good.
The difference is you get paid doing that to get used to
That's
the culture,
true.
right?
That's true.
So
That's
so
true.
so when people don't have the true clarity and they're
Yeah.
not getting a fixed paycheck every month, things
Yeah.
start to go haywire in their mind. So we need the clarity. If not, we're not going to make it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Particularly, actually, also one is job versus the network marketing industry. The second part, which is also a very, very troubling element for a lot of people, is that when they compare network marketing with the other businesses in the conventional business, they are ready to give time for failing and delayed results and all of that in the conventional industry. Whereas in network marketing, as soon as they come in, the expectation is that right from the word go, they should be performing, they should be taking tons of money home, and they should be seen as a successful leader right from the word go. And that is something which is really bad for the industry. And also, I think we are also responsible in a way for doing that.
Absolutely, because I think it's all about managing the expectation. And as I said, Satyajan, now the industry is getting more and more professional, because how network marketing started is where there was a certain group of people that make a lot of money in network marketing, and they started telling people you can get rich quick. So there were a lot of wrong expectations set from previous people in this industry, and that's why people always have the kind of expectation where I got into a network marketing company, I should be getting rich quick. If not, it's not working out for me, and I should be going back to doing a conventional business or going back to my job, which is totally false. Because I see a network marketing business and a conventional business; they are both businesses, and both takes time. Why should a network marketing business deliver you results in the first week or the first month, where a conventional business, you're okay to go to the bank, take out a loan, start up a shop, and pay overheads and rents and electricity bill every month, and it takes you 5 to 10 years to break even on your capital, then profit. So what if, the good thing about the conventional business is this: when, let's say, you take out a loan of $500,000 and you started a business, let's say it's a restaurant business, because you already took out a loan of $500,000, your stake is so high, you would be willingly stuck in that business to make sure that you can pay off your loan and make that business a success. Now, another thing about network marketing is it's so cheap to get started. Now, when it's so cheap to get started, a lot of people don't take it seriously, or they feel like they don't need to put in a lot of time into this kind of business, and they end up not making a lot of money, or their success is delayed, or they don't make income fast, because they view this as a business that I can just come in and just try it out, because I only spent $2,000 to start the business. So I'm just going to put in $2,000 of effort to make it work, which it doesn't. So the thing is, it's very easy to get access to network marketing, but we have to operate it in a sense that it's just like a conventional business. You have to have systems, you have to have schedules, you have to have tasks, you have to have things you need to do. You need to do your marketing, you need to do your sales, you need to learn a lot of systems. If we do that, the outcome is going to be entirely different. You may recover your capital in your network marketing business in the first month, where it takes 5 years. So to me, it's a no-brainer. It's really a no-brainer to be in network marketing.
Nice, very nice. So, any success tips that you'd like to share with the audience in terms of in terms of what you would like to tell them for success in network marketing industry per se?
I would say you got to attend all the trainings out there. You got to attend all the top trainings out there. A few to recommend is, one of the virtual mentors means I never really met him in person. I have attended one of his conferences live, but haven't really shook his hand and spoke to him. It's Eric Worre. I mean, there are so many of these mentors out there that you can get their books, PDFs, or attend their live seminars, and you learn a lot from these people because they have made it in the industry. Just copy and paste. Just copy and paste. So I think for anybody that just started off in this industry, you need to really immerse yourself in the learnings of the industry experts and also the successful people in your own company, and spend time to learn what they have done, what are their systems that made them who they are today, and also study their mindsets. So all these are so important. Don't just go into something and thinking you can just make it by doing certain things that you think can make you a success in network marketing. I mean, this is not a hobby. This is not a game. I mean, if you really treat this as a business, you're gonna take some time to learn and take some time to interview some of the experts and people who are making $1 million a year and whatnot. So that's what I would do, and that's what I would tell people to do. If they're really serious about their network marketing business, they need to do all this kind of stuff and surround themselves with people who are active in the business, people who are innovative. Even in a current situation in Malaysia where there's a pandemic, there are people that are making income. There are people who are creating new systems to develop their business online. So you need to be part of these groups if you're serious about your business. And if you don't have these kind of groups in your existing network marketing company, it's okay. The industry itself, there are many other platforms, trainers that can give you knowledge and access to this kind of trainings. So learn from other companies, learn from other leaders, other trainers, and implement it in your business. So there's really no excuse if you're resourceful enough. So I would say that, you need to do a lot of groundwork and learn and learn and learn. And once you learn, immediately apply it. Don't wait till it's perfect. It's never going to be perfect. So you learn and do, and learn and do, and learn and do, and you keep process. And one day, you there's no way you can't be successful. Put it that way. If you really do it, there's really no way you can't be successful.
Well said. Well said. I think what you're saying, just what you're saying is that whatever you experienced in the past, good or bad, even if it has been spectacular, keep it aside, learn from leaders, improvise it, take action on that, and keep on doing it until you come to a stage of success.
Keep on doing it. Yeah.
Nice. Well said. So, any hobbies, Simon? What are the hobbies besides business that you have?
Oh, okay. So now comes to the more fun part. I mean, network marketing is fun, but when I talk about my hobbies, I really enjoy it. It's a hobby that I've not been able to enjoy for the last couple of months because we're in a lockdown. I love playing tennis with my friends. I play tennis a lot, hang out with friends, watching movies, the usual stuff. I mean, nothing exciting, but I enjoy very simple things. Spending time having drinks with my friends, socializing, meeting new people, doing sports. That's about it. And spending time with my family. Yeah. So all these little things are really they're more than enough to give a lot of joy into my life. Yeah.
Nice. Very good. Very good. So I think I've got a new section now this time. It's a rapid fire question.
Yeah.
Where I'll say some sentences or a group of words.
Yeah.
And you have to answer it by way of one word or maximum 5-letter words. Okay.
Okay.
So 5 words or one word. Okay. 1 word to 5 words is the maximum.
Let's do it. Sounds fun.
Okay. Great. Okay. Let me start with this first one. The current pandemic.
It's nonsense. Move on.
Okay. Good. Social media.
Very useful tool.
Struggle.
Imperative.
Freedom.
Necessary.
Lifestyle.
Takes hard work.
Investments.
Creating wealth more important than income.
Very true. College degree.
Useful to a certain extent.
Decisions in life.
Everything.
Wow, very well said. Very well said. In the end, would you like to have any last comments from your side?
I would say, be whoever is watching, if you're really considering a career in network marketing, decide to become a professional, learn, spend time to learn and read the books. And if you come into this industry, your life will change. Everything will change. And you're going to be on a ride that you have never been on before in your life. And everything will start to change. The people you meet are fantastic. The people you meet are always positive. They have a great mindset. And the great thing about network marketing is when you bring in a team, you want them to be successful, and your entire energy and your entire your focus is on making people successful. So just imagine the type of energy you're putting out to the people around you if all you want is for your team members to be successful. So it's a very positive environment. It's a very cheerful environment. It's a very optimistic industry, and it's an industry that has a lot more to grow because it's getting more and more serious, it's getting more and more professional, and a lot of different types of people are coming into the industry. So I think now is the best time to get involved, because when we are coming to this endemic, or we're saying bye-bye to the pandemic, where a lot of small businesses and restaurants and people that really suffered during the pandemic, they are looking for opportunities. And what else is a better opportunity than network marketing? And you're at the very best time. They say this. It's not a very nice quote, but I would like to say it just to put things in perspective. People make a lot of money when there's blood on the streets. So in the sense that whenever there's a disaster, worldwide disaster like we're going through right now, there's always a huge opportunity for people, especially in our industry, to make it big. So I would say really consider it, study it. Don't look for shortcuts in life. Find a good company, find a good mentor, find a good team, and be a professional. And I really hope for each and every one of us to try out this industry. And you never know, you may become a million rupee or even $1 million earner in network marketing.
Very true. Super. Very, very, very well said and very, very nicely summed up. So it has been a pleasure talking to you, Simon Lowe.
Likewise.
You truly represent the millennials and the network marketing industry at one go, and wish you all the successes in life. And may you create more and more readers, inspire more and more millennials, and even the people from different diverse backgrounds across geographies, and impact more and more lives. All the very best.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Satish, and I wish the same for you. Great success, and stay healthy and stay fine.
Thank you.
And I hope to catch up with you soon in real life. All right, take care. Thank you for having me.
Bye.